Let's see the type of music we can make using Call of Duty.
Let's import the ray gun sound. Let's crop the file so now we have 3 different sounds. Let's add a compressor to all these since these are loud sounds. Kick's going to sound like this. Let's isolate the middle frequencies for the snare sound. Going to sound like this. Let's isolate the high end. Hi-hat sound like this. Thank y'all for the continued support in this series. This is episode 87. And also, thank you guys for 35,000 followers. Let's pitch down the kick and it sounds like this. Let's repeat the process with the snare. That beat sounds like this. Let's pitch the hi-hat up and turn down the length. That beat sounds like this. It's a hip-hop kit, so we gotta turn up the bass. Let's add some reverb, and here's a drum kit.
Let's see the type of music we can make using Mario. Let's import the Yahoo. The tuned Mario sounds like this. Let's stretch out the Who, so it sounds like this. Let's crop the clip. Now all we have left is the stretched out Who sound. Let's export the file. Let's crop the file and let's set the root key to E. Let's add some distortion. Distortion plugins are quickly becoming my favorite. Let's run it through an amp. Let's add some reverb. Now we got an electric guitar. Let's see the type of music we can make by opening a can of soda. Let's import the soda. So I know pop is how they say it up north, so answer me this. So in the south we can say I'm drinking a soda or I'm having a soda, and we don't have to say a can of soda. Up north, would I be able to say I'm drinking a pop? Because I don't think that sounds right. Someone from the north help me out here. This first sound will be our hi-hat. Why do I have a feeling that this hi-hat's going to be legendary? Not really sure what I'm going to use this other section for yet, but let's just export it and add some low end. Let's crop the hi-hat and pitch it up. Let's take the other sound, crop it, and pitch it down. Everybody say it with me. Let's add some reverb. Now I got a brush kit. Let's see the type of music we can make using Fallout.
Let's go ahead and let's import this sound. This could make for a good kick and a good snare as well. Just fade this out here. Perfect. Add some low end here. Let's isolate the middle frequencies. The hi-hat's going to sound like this. And as always, thank you guys for the continued support in this series. This is episode 74. Let's crop the kick. Let's pitch it down. Let's keep that sound actually. Let's actually crop this a lot just for getting a little. Let's add some reverb. Final drum kit sounds like this.
Let's see the type of music we can make using Call of Duty. Let's import the zombie sound. We're just going to use the second grunt. It's going to sound like this. Let's try and cut off all the high end. Let's export the file. Let's crop the file and set the root key to G. So on the keyboard it sounds like this. I never thought I'd see the day where I'd be trying to make an instrument out of a zombie. Let's run it through a distortion plugin just so we can try and change the timbre. It's already not a quote pretty sound anyway, so might as well. Let's run it through an amp. Now I got a distorted bass. Let's see the type of music we can make using Sonic. Let's import the Sonic ring sound. Let's crop it so we just get one tone. Let's tune the ringing. Now the tuned ring sounds like this. Let's cut off the high end so we just get pure tone. I'm gonna have permanent ringing in my ears because of this one. Let's export the file. Thank y'all for the continued support in this series. This is episode 56. And as usual, if you guys have a sound that you want me to try and make music out of, let me know in the comments. Let's crop the file. And also thank y'all for 500 followers on Instagram. I did not expect to get that. That's pretty cool. Let's pitch it down an octave. Let's add some reverb. Now we can play green sleeves. Let's see what type of music we can make using Street Fighter. Let's import the Street Fighter sound.
You win.
We're just going to use the ooh in the you phrase. It's going to sound like this when it's tuned.
You
Stretch the audio, now it sounds like this.
win.
Let's crop the file. Let's isolate the middle frequencies. Let's export the file. Thank you guys for the continued support in this series. This is episode 65. And drop in the comments, what was your favorite retro video game? Let's crop the file and set the root key to D. Let's play this sound 2 octaves below. Sounds like this. Let's run it through an amp so we can get a slightly brighter tone. Let's add some reverb. Now I can play Nirvana. Let's see what type of music we can make using Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Let's import the sound. Oh wow, the sound starts all the way up here. This should be the descending D pentatonic now. That sounds pretty cool. As usual, if you like this series and want me to keep going, have a sound you want me to try and make music out of, let me know in the comments. I'm honestly shocked you guys have enjoyed this for 77 episodes. Now I got an electric guitar.
Let's see what type of music we can make using a chair. Let's import the sound of the scooting chair. Let's crop it so it's just the 2 pitches. Let's crop it some more so we just have 1 note. Sounds like this. Let's add some low end to the sound. It blows my mind that I've been doing this series for 47, 48, 49 episodes, and you guys are still into it. If you guys have a sound that you want me to try and make music out of, leave them in the comments. Let's set the root key to D and crop it. Let's run it through a bass amp. Y'all know the drill. Now we got a bass. Let's see the type of music we can make using Minecraft.
Let's import the creeper sound. These are the 2 sounds we're going to use. Let's isolate the middle frequencies for a hi-hat. Let's do the same thing for this other sound. Let's do an 808. I haven't done one of those in a while. Let's crop the file and pitch down. Our snare sounds like this. Our snare beat's going to sound like this. Let's change the snare beat so it's this. Let's pitch it up and our hi-hat sounds like this. Let's pitch up the hi-hat a little more. Let's turn the volume up. Let's add a tape delay so it sounds more vintage. Add some reverb, and here's our jazz kit.
Let's see what type of music we make using Super Mario Bros.
So let's go ahead and import this sound. There is a pitch at the end here. Slide this over. Now we just have pure tone. Now let's go ahead and export this file. Let's import the Mario Ba, or now it's more of a Mario A. Let's crop the file, and let's set the root key to E. In the older versions of the game, when they use the Ba, they would use the Let's import a bass amp and set it to vintage. Let's add some reverb. Now we got a bass.
Let's see the type of music we can make using Super Smash Bros. Let's import the Smash Bros. Death sound. Our kick sound's going to be this. Let's fade it out so it sounds more percussive. Let's cut off the high end. Let's export the file. Let's cut off the low end for our hi-hat sound. Let's export that file. Thank you all for the continued support in this series. This is episode 59. And also, thank you all for 10K followers on Instagram. Let's crop the kick, pitch it down and assign it to this note. Let's import the kick sound again, pitch it up and assign it to this note. Let's crop the hi-hat sound, pitch it up and assign it to this note. Let's remove some high end from the whole kit, add some reverb. Drum kit sounds like this. Let's see what type of music we can make using hair clippers. Let's import the clippers. Let's cut off some high end and some low end. Let's run it through an amp. It's an electric guitar. Of course it's going through an amp. Let's add some distortion. This is probably the comment I get in most of my videos asking me what DAW this is. It is called Reason 12, and personally it's the one I like the best. I had to get it for a Berkeley class 3 years ago, and I just kind of fell in love with it, and now it's the main music software I use. Let's export the hair clippers. Let's set the root key to G and crop it. Let's up our mid-range so we can get more tone. Yep. Now I can play Smoke on the Water.